Hello, welcome back to the Mike on the Mic podcast with DJ Mikey D. Baby, you've arrived, you've made it, and we're gonna have a good old darn time. Today's episode's gonna kind of be like a workshop, if you will, kind of like a recording technique style video that I think could, help you out with your projects and kind of simplify it for you, and also make maybe give you like a deeper understanding of how to record music. I've been recording things for a long time, and I think that this has really helped me understand and develop how things can be portrayed. So, first, before I get into an example I have to show you to kind of give you a deeper understanding on how to record some music, I want to get into a little bit of a story, and this one comes from Mr. Paul McCartney, bro. I think you know that fella. The Beatles, right? And I've said multiple times in the podcast, I am not a big fan of the Beatles. I know it's pretty wild. A lot of people love them and stuff. I think their music is a tidbit boring, if I will. But I always recognize how talented the guys were, though, and their techniques are actually beyond this world. Let me get into that. So when I say that their songs are boring, I know that's kind of a little freaking wild, but they are. I mean, I'm just gonna say that. A lot of their songs were written with some little ass effort. I think personally, if you put a little bit more effort into your writing at the beginning, and maybe I'll go more into detail of that in the future on like a writing session, because you got to write songs beautifully before you go in and record them, and that's what Paul McCartney says too. Paul McCartney has even said, like with the song Michelle, it was minimum effort, minimum expense, minimum everything. I mean, these guys were minimalists, and you can tell with their music, which is not a bad thing. And he also says, with that song, I advise young groups these days, write them great, rehearse them up so you know them, and have a good relationship between yourself and go in the recording studio and, record them simple as possible. That way you can mix it that day and be done with it. Now, first, I kind of want to break that down. It's a good, like, outlook on things. Obviously, get your written material down first, go in, record them, maybe that day. Or, yeah, whenever he says actually record them that day and then, mix and master it that day, be done with it. That part, I kind of don't agree with. I don't think getting it done super quickly in just one day is like the best way to do music, especially nowadays. A lot of people adding so much stuff to their songs and like effects and stuff, which end up sounding really cool. But then again, you don't have to do that with every single song you have. You can kind of keep it minimalist like this, and it can, serve even a bigger purpose. But yeah, I don't necessarily agree with that, but it is a good outlook on it, though. Write your songs great to begin with, and then hit the studio and get in there. I totally agree with that portion because that is what you should do. Write something out that's pretty good first, and then hit the studio. That's always a fantastic thing to do. Yeah, and I don't know, the way the Beatles did it, there's definitely some advantages and disadvantages to that. Obviously, if you're getting songs done really fast this way, big advantage is you can get more songs out there, get more popular, which I think is why the Beatles were so resurgent. Or not really resurgence, but the Beatles surged heavy because they were able to make a lot of music very fast with this method. Disadvantages, though, your song's going to be boring as shit if you only record it in one day and that's your like time frame to do it. Take some time, even if you do have a real basic kind of mix or whatever and you want to spice it up, maybe take a couple extra days, go back and forth in it, add some more vocals, or put certain type of sounds in there that you want to just elevate your song even further. But ultimately, I think the basic piece of what he's saying is so great, and I think that would help you tremendously trying to record a song. And I do have an example of a little piece that I wrote that I want to show you how I pieced this thing together. So for starters, I wrote this little guitar part here. That little guitar part right there, really simple. I think it's just what I'm capoed on the second fret on that, playing a C, G, A7, and a G, and that's just a simple loop. It's a 80 BPM, just a very simple loop that I created. And then I was doing some writing on it, and I came up with this vocal. And this is just the bass vocal. Nothing too crazy with it right here, the bass vocal. I swear the sun will shine upon us all. No matter if you're high or low, we're gonna embrace that fall. No point in taking another step back when you know just what's in store. You never know when your time is done, baby, I don't even wanna know. So from that bass vocal there, pretty simple, just some simple songwriting, just going off of that 80 BPM, nice guitar part, nice and slow. And in this, you can kind of tell I'm not the best of a singer, okay? I'm not the greatest. But then again, not bad, though. And something you could do to elevate it is put some simple backtracking on it, and you can EQ it to make it sound like it's really in the back, or, do whatever, what kind of style you want. You're able to do whatever when you're doing, recording sessions. So for this, I just did a simple like high background and then a little bit of ad-libs, and here's the layered vocal. I swear the sun will shine upon us all. No matter if you're high or low, we're gonna embrace that fall. No point in taking another step back when you know just what's in store. You never know when your time is done, baby, I don't even wanna know. So with that, you can hear it's just still very simple, but elevating it into, something much of a better degree. From the first just bass vocal you had, and then you put some backing tracks on your on your vocal, do multiple takes, it elevates it just so much that, it's gonna sound mind-blowing, but it's not really mind-blowing. And lots of mistakes I see of people when they try to record music. They're like, all right, I'm gonna lay this guitar down, or I'm gonna have this beat rap over it. They only have one vocal track in there, and then maybe do like some ad libs or whatever. Be like, oh yeah, and it's like, dude, this sounds like shit. Like, this sounds like absolute fucking horseshit, dude. It's one fucking track. You gotta layer a couple vocals, man, and get this going. And another thing I hate when people say, like, oh, well, our freaking rock and roll fucking people that elevated music back in the 70s didn't do this shit. Yes, they did. They layered them all the time. There was like a radio thing I was listening to. I forget who it was. It really pisses me off. I can't remember that. But he was saying back in the day, dude, recording, he was like, yeah, our producers were like, yo, we're recording this song, right? And he's like telling me to keep singing on this track. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm messing this up probably like 100 freaking times. No, that's how they did it. They were making them do a lot of takes, and they were just layering them, and makes it sound so much better. That's exactly what you gotta do. And then here's the final cut of the piece right here of this little piece that I've created. I swear the sun will shine upon us all. No No matter if you're high or low, we're gonna embrace that fall. No point in taking another step back when you know just what's in store. You never know when your time is done, baby, I don't even wanna know. Yeah, so like from that piece you can tell, obviously it's not perfect, it didn't take me too long to write that, but obviously, just from a simple idea, man, you can just make it so elevated just using certain, just simple freaking techniques, man. Just jot down, and with the guitar part, it's not even that crazy. That's the thing. When you're bumping those vocals like that, it also just like draws out that guitar so much, bro. You can hear that guitar so clearly. And I think with this one, I put like maybe like a little bit of reverb on the guitar, so it has more space and stuff. Sounds so much more spaceful. And with the vocal tracks like that, you can just hear that freaking pump out so much better, so much clearer that you could add a couple more guitar parts to that and maybe put a beat on that. It'll sound a bit better. But dude, with this simple technique, bro, you can just elevate especially if you're going for a singer-songwriter type of deal, you can make it so freaking good. And if you're trying to like delve into a rap field, rap's pretty crazy nowadays. They got so many tracks and so many different styles of rap. It's actually insane. Just kind of depends what style you're kind of going for. I think singer-songwriter, bro, taking a nice simple route like that, pretty darn awesome, pretty sweet. Just like Paul McCartney did and the Beatles did and, Bob Dylan did. He was so basic. But I mean, yeah, dude, long story short, bro, jot down some ideas on what you want, write a beautiful song out. And when you're hitting the session, try not to, overcomplicate yourself. Jot this stuff in, press record, get it in there, and just do multiple takes, piece them together, bro. And it's going to sound amazing, dog. Don't overcomplicate your recording sessions, bro. They don't need to be too crazy. Because at the end of the day, you're just trying to make a darn good song, bro. Maybe have the family hear it. Maybe make it big. Go touring. Go fucking jam out at your local bar or something with these songs, man. Then you could be like, hey, yo, check out this song on Spotify, bro. Just recorded it. It's out. You can get people listening to your music. Just make it easy, bro. Don't go too hard on yourself, brother. But yeah, that's it, brother. DJ Mikey D, boy. I got your back, dog. I know how to record. I'm going to show you how, brother. Now, next, I think eventually I'm going to do like a songwriting type deal. We're going to write a song together. Show you how I kind of do it whenever I record stuff or jot things down and all that. Kind of show you how I do it, bro. Because I want people to be successful, man. I want people to make a lot of money. Because that's what you got to do nowadays, bro. There's government going down. We need some money. And you going to make some money from this music. Well, probably not. I'm not. You should do it because you love it. And then the money comes. That's what you got to do. DJ Mikey D, baby. I'm out of here. Take it easy. Have a good day.